Alright, what's up, Austin? What you guys got going on? Pretty flat trading here. End of the day, it looks like no volume, no movement. What are we gonna do? That's pretty dumb though. CCL says they're going to be requiring, they're dumping right now. They're going to be requiring negative test on all of their COVID or all of their ships. I guess that could lower revenue. People get sassy with them. AMD guys, I think kind of pulling up on like a little bull trap. I wouldn't go crazy on that one quite yet. Volume is picking up. I am watching, or I did see some SMH or semiconductor movement here as far as options were concerned. Let's see here. Yeah, that's that lower time frame retest there. Right now, BCLI is Brainstorm Cell Therapeutics. It looks like we might actually be halted. I'm watching this one right now. I'm gonna go ahead and tap that one in there. BCLI. That one, watching for an on halt there. Low. Oh, it's not moving. Alright, so JSM just made a new 52-week high. Oops. What the fuck? Weird. You're damn right. You are damn right. I'm taking it. I'm taking UPS. I trade stocks and stock options. All right, UPS. I'm gonna go ahead and take those here. 190s are really cheap, but again, right now VWAP is at 190.88, so might be best to go right outside of the money here. I'm gonna swing one. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the same. I grabbed those at 185s for next week. I might just grab the 190s for next week. So here, just give me 1 second. Gotta pull up the option chain. Sorry guys, I'm opening up something real quick. One second. One second. Sorry guys. My for some reason it's not loading right now. Okay. UPS August 6th 185. Those are 42. Guys, we're playing with support, so if you guys would rather there, if we break into the gap, there still will be a chance. This is a riskier entry, so UPS, I'm signaling this in my channel. UPS August 6th. You know, I'm gonna get a 187. No, I'm gonna get a 185. Okay, so I'm gonna grab one of the, or not run, but I'm gonna grab some of those there. Alright. And then I think what I'm gonna do here, I think it's inevitable that UPS goes back down to 190 here. Let's see. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. So John, before we take this, hold on 1 second. Let me double check. All right, so we're gonna need to see, no volume there. Okay, BCLI. I'm gonna grab 30 shares here. I'll grab 20 here. Alright, how about today? 190 puts for today. We got 2 minutes. I don't think those are gonna go. Yeah, I wouldn't. 190 puts for next week though. 187.50. Those do look good. So I mean, like, it's not definitely not us. If you guys always want to go closer, and longer, you can take whatever strike you're comfortable with. You don't have to take the same one. You know that when you take something with a longer expiration, you're paying for more protection. So what's up Daniel? Yeah, if you guys are looking for the link for It's just simplestacksinvesting.com. Let's see here. BCLIN, let's see here. Brain Cell Therapeutics. So there's big block trades coming in on this one. And they've got earnings coming up. Yeah, that's why I grabbed 25 shares. What's up, brother? Alright, let's see. UPS, what you gonna do? That sure looks like a rejection off the 200-day moving average there. Triple top-ish look there as well. Oops. Feel free to go out longer and yeah, 181 on UPS is going to be that target, guys. We're there, and I mean we're flirting with that level, and I mean, here's the thing, even if we don't make it, yeah, I mean, let me see something here. Okay, so I think today we're gonna need to see this break down. Within the next 15 minutes, I'd like to see a significant new low here on UPS. Otherwise, if UPS bounces at 190.85, I may not take this. Wait 1 minute. Anybody, did anybody get BCLIN with me? BCLIN? I didn't get a lot of it, but just a little bit. Daniel, oh, I think it was just running tomorrow. It sounds too good to me. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, so usually over the weekend and Monday you can go to Trade Ideas. And that's from all of us, and a lot of the times if you don't want to take the trades, you can paper trade those trades, back test them. Oh, AMD calls coming in August 6th, 108 calls. You've been taking L's? No bueno, man. Hold on 1 second, guys. Watching the charts right now. Alright, this is a pivotal bounce for UPS, guys. It's going to pretty much, I want to see it to 190.50 here. hop on the link. We're halted. I think we're halted again on BCLIN. This one might pop in after hours here. Might be some good after hours trades here. Alright, let's break VWAP. Let's break VWAP UPS. Alright, we got basically 11-12 minutes here to make a new low. Let's go take a look around the market. Anybody have any tickers they want me to take a look at? Yo, Tesla. Are we gonna grab puts towards the end of the day? That sure looks like a bear flag to me. Get a YOLO 680 put? Or is that too sketchy? That's kind of sketchy. Let's see what it looks like though. Guys, I think I'm watching Tesla here. Hold on. It looks like I go up just, oh, that's stupid. Wow. What's you're looking at Crocs for the end of the week? Take and I paid for our mentorship like $600 just to find out some biggie. What are you talking about, Clevis? How many roses do I want for that skater? Once the market ends, I'll go over all of that, and then you can give me roses. Roses. Bobby. Hold on one second. I have a put option that is out of the money. Is it going to expire worthless? Yes. Unless it's Amazon. But yes. No, it will. I think options. Obviously after hours movement, but... paid for some mentorships, but it's BS. You just post alerts. Let me know where they're at. Where they at? No, I'm just kidding. Alright, hold on one second, guys. Who the hell is Cletus? I don't know. I'm also talking to Rumpy Foreskin, so I just try not. I was saying the most appropriate ones. What? There's a bunch of pins in that. Yeah, these screen names are out of control. Can I show my setup? Yeah, I gotta take my green screen off, okay? Wait till the market closes, guys. We have just a few more. Oh my god, we have just a few more minutes here, guys. And if you guys hop into YouTube, we'll do a recap of the day, answer questions, Q&A, all that good stuff. All right, I haven't taken Tesla puts, guys. This is exactly why. Look at that. I wonder, should we just should we look at 690 calls? What are those costing right now? Hold on one second. Here. I just want you guys to know that shorting UPS is risky, but I'm taking the risk because I think that this goes lower. Turtle Beach. People are taking bets on Turtle Beach. Interesting. Anybody? Want me to look at anything? Nope. Hold on, check the YouTube. Oh, Daniel. Yes. Oh no, I didn't play Moderna. And today's trading's been really, it's been good. UPS was a bit choppy. Fridays, and this is a good lesson point here. A lot of traders, yeah, if you don't have the capital, don't exercise that option, please, Lord. You'll be stressing out over the weekend, trust me. I'll go over that in just a little bit. Yeah, thanks. Here. Thanks, Caleb. Okay, so B and X, right? B and T, or BX and T, BTX. I think that was the one that I just saw. B and TX, yeah, okay, B and TX, Chewy. Nice job. Yeah, I'll do B and TX real quick. Okay. All right, so this one looks like it's gonna start setting up a flag. It does look like it's run up into earnings. So BioNTech may end up pulling back in after earnings. So yeah, I would honestly, with this one right here, especially watching how it's ending the day right now, I would suspect that this may form some type of cup and handle. So you may end up rejecting there. Let's go to the hourly a little bit and take a look what this looks like. Yeah, so there's definitely the potential for a little pullback here, but because you have earnings so close, I can't tell you whether or not they're going to do good or whether they're going to do bad or how investors are going to react. If it doesn't go well, BNTX will find itself back down at 295. If they really do bad, 275 for sure is a price level for BioNTech. Otherwise, if they can manage to pull off earnings, there is a potential that into earnings you could flag or make that handle. So volume overall though is decent. As you can see, pretty solid, but declining just ever so slightly. I would recommend not taking something that hasn't broken out yet. You would probably wait for the breakout and hit 335 and then get a retest. But again, earnings is coming soon, so you never want to take heavy positions into earnings. So You guys hop right back on. Let's see here. We got a few more minutes here. Oh shit! Oh, let's start back up. Yeah, Tesla broke up. It didn't bear flag down. It broke up. I'm watching Tesla right here. And you know where Tesla's gonna go retest? I think it does retest 690 here. Did anybody take 690 calls? I didn't, but I should have. If they're cheap enough. I've had a great day, a good day as far as the pin swing and everything else. So I've been kind of trying to stick to my risk management to some regards. So Bitcoin, whee! Bitcoin bouncing off support. Look at that flagging. Yeah, if it's the end of the day and it goes crazy, sometimes I'll play them. But guys, this isn't enough for me to take like a next week position. I'm okay with opening up into next week. Tons of AMD flow for sure. Got 30 seconds, guys, till the end of the day. Oh, Roblox, sorry, brother. Roblox is still well within trend. This one could end up bouncing next week and retesting the $80 level. But this one is in a falling wedge, so. Alright, so. Alright. Okay, calm down. Jeez. Trade station. Screaming at me. Alright, well, hopefully you guys had a good week. I know that I had a pretty good, last couple of weeks have been pretty damn good. I will be watching some things here in after hours, so if any of you guys play equity, do keep your eyes out for some after hours movement here. What is share care? Oof. All right, let's see here. Tesla, yeah, I know Tesla's wild. Vayan, I'm sorry I missed your Ford. So Ford, we talked about this one today. We actually talked about how GAN fans, this one ended up breaking downtrend, but the volume, and I think, I'm starting to think that, the semiconductor ordeal and inflation may have a bigger effect on Ford than we expected. But this one kind of breaking into this channel trend here. So it did have an inverse head and shoulders, but that one was rejected. And so that pattern was blown. And I do think that if it bounces here, that we may see one more run up around a $15 level, but that would likely come, especially if we have, let's see here. So that would likely happen anywhere above 14, 15. Ford is really hard to play. There's no doubt about that. So, where's the cord link? I don't have one anymore, man. We stopped, unless you go through the website, we've stopped accepting new members for the time being. So. All right. 3:30, 35. Damn, BioNTech is moving up here in after hours. Alrighty, so let's there's any tickers or questions or anything that you guys want me to go over, obviously the biggest request is the scanner. If you guys want to hop on the YouTube, you guys can actually see it, not through here. I'm about to shut this down, and I'm gonna reopen the stream. So just wait 1 second. All right. Anyone have to check out Twitter on the 15-minute fire? It looks like a bull flag setting up. Yeah, for sure, Nork. Is Nork on? Are you on, Nork? Nork? Yeah, you are, okay. Oh my god, are you serious? Hey guys. Oh my god, I've been muted on Discord the whole time. Son of a bitch. Alright, well, sorry about that, Nork. Alright, Nork, let's take a look at Twitter. That's an L. Okay, so Twitter. Excuse me. I know, right? Where that came from.
This is coffee like to hand to me.
Can you hand it to me? I need some too.
I got like 3 shots.
Give me the juice. Give me the bean juice. All right, let's see here. Also, I'm signed up from the link you sent me. Am I going to be able to join? Join what? Are you talking about Discord? What are you talking about, Daniel? No. We're about to go over that scanner now. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. Oh, no, you're good, Daniel. I mean, people, as of now, people outside of the Discord, we're not accepting more. So if you're in the Discord, you're good, right? If you're not, then that's what I mean. You can join and be in Discord, but we're capping free members and stuff. We don't like to have like a ton of people coming in and it's not like that here. This is a private party. I'm just kidding. Alright, just a second, guys, and we'll, follow our Twitter. Shoot me a DM if you really want it, but I'd rather accept people who are asking. One second, sorry. Thank you. What's up? Tsla, slam the slots for simple stacks. That's what's up. Your Twitter list, Instagram, one of those. Sorry guys, I'm just making this post so that way I don't have to repeat myself over and over while I'm making this video for you guys who are curious about the scanner and stuff. So. All right, let's go ahead. I'm sharing this right now. All right, guys. Well, anybody on the Discord or the YouTube, you guys can ask me whatever it is. Treat this like a one-on-one. If you guys have any questions, this is the time to do it. I'm just gonna hang out here until you guys don't have, well, not any questions, or I'll never leave. But I'll be hanging out here. So if you share the scanner, you're bringing some sort. It's not a big secret, but here's the thing. In order to maintain, the point of the group is to help people be able to trade by themselves. But people who just have signal groups, they need you to follow their signals, because that is literally how they make money, which is, if that's their prerogative and people don't want to go look for themselves, that's fine. But for those, I don't hear it mentioned very often. And there's, I've used different scanners that are the same thing. The reason why this is superior, right? Because it combines all that you need in one. So let's see here. All right, so where are we at? All right, so you guys already know that we have Benzinga, right? Benzinga is, of course, and I have it, so, of course, I kind of relay this information for those who don't want to pay the giant amount, or not a giant amount, it's like $99 a month, or like $2,800 every 2 years. Which is not the worst if you think about it. But what it does, and basically what I use it for, news is number one. News is everything. If you want to stay ahead of the market, stay ahead of everything, you have to make sure that you are getting the news first, or that you're at least amongst some of the first people to see this news. It's so weird. There's nobody on the TikTok right now. My stream's getting banned. Hold on a second. But anyway, so the news and for the most part, are for pretty much everything. The news is number one, and let's see here. And so once we have a good resource for our news, having an idea of where the volume is. So for me, I use the scanner here. Now it's customizable so that you can change it, whether it's gaps. So a good thing to look for in the morning is gap plays, right? So you can look for opening gaps, and you can turn off things like option activity, block trades, etc., 52-week highs. But what you want to look for, and this is where
it all depends on what you're trying to get out of the market and what you're trying to do when you're trading. Are you scalping pennies? Okay, if you're scalping pennies, then more than likely this scanner, you know, the top 5 movers, that's going to be a good scanner for you because it's going to give you an idea of what's moving the fastest and where the real volume is at. And so using this, let's see where we're at. Let's see, COHN. So COHN, and this may not be moving. It is after hours. Nope, not quite yet. I did gap up already. But so for the most part, when we're looking at this scanner, we're looking for unusual volume. So you see the average volume here over the last 14 days, which you can change. You can change it over the last, let's see, hold on. I think it's average. So I think just period, yeah. So just period, unusual volume. But you can add and drop that back. But what that does is essentially allows you to navigate through penny stocks or small cap stocks that are basically moving off of catalyst. And a lot of times what you'll see is you'll see the movement, you'll see the movement happen first, the article come out second, and then continuation after that, right? And that's kind of what I look for here is I try to keep an eye on the volume. And when I add that average volume over the last 14 days, I can compare and contrast whether or not that volume is actually comparable or big enough for a breakout. So you see the average volume here on SINT is 1.33 million, and here we have 6.5. So it's telling me there's just a little bit more than average volume here, and that's kind of what when I'm looking for breakout stocks, that's where I'm mostly focused on. A secondary one is price spikes, right? So throughout the day, you'll get big price spikes. So you'll see maybe 1.6% spike, and for penny stocks, that will let you know kind of when you get those big moves, because you know, obviously a 1.3% move on a penny stock is not that crazy. You know, so price spikes here, and these are, they're called signals. But what this does, and I think everybody has seen this live, because the other day I literally said in pre-market that X had a giant, massive block trade, and then for the remainder of the day, once it opened, it ripped. Excuse me. I usually don't have the 52-week high, but I will have the like daily high or price spike high. So that's kind of what I look for there. I also am eyeballing halts. So a lot of times when something moves really, really quickly, it will get halted, and that brings my attention to it. That way I can watch it as it unhalts and see if it still carries that same momentum that it did in the first place. Yo, what's up? Yeah, my TikTok ended abruptly. Yes. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second, Robert. So for the most part, you know, when I'm using this scanner, guys, what I am looking for, right, is I am looking for this scanner here is all good. This one is where I'm looking for unusual volume. Is it AGR? So let's use it live. So AGRI, that just popped up. Look at it go. See it going? Right? And I saw that on there twice, right? So I could have alerted you guys like 2 seconds ago. And this thing is already running. Now, when I usually play penny stocks, I play the 1 minute, because that way I can see which moving average it's holding on to and all that good stuff. I really like using this scanner for that, because I mean, if you buy 200, 300 shares at 343 and you exit around 450, that's not a bad gain. And especially for a small account, that's something to take home and be happy with. Look at everybody trying to short Tesla towards the end of the day, getting burned. Yeah, so AGRI right there. And then, we can set an alert on the high or however you want to manage that trade from there. And then you can go back. So, okay, ENSC. So, nothing there. But AGRI is starting to move. Advanced humid energy. What the fuck? I didn't mean to click on that. So block trades, right? Block trades are really important when you see really, really big block trades. That can be a sign of potential movement to the upside. Let's see here. There's a lot of block trades happening in after hours. Block trade on Zynga, 600,000 at 10.10. So you guys can see for yourself where these big amounts of money are going to. And if one of these catches your eyes, right, maybe a WBA, 850,000 shares at 47.50. That's a lot of shares. Worth taking a look at. DLTH. Let's take a look at that one. DLTH, Duluth Holdings. The scanner brings your attention to quite a few things. I think the news in itself is really, really important. And again, everything here is customizable so that it fits your prerequisites. Are you a swing trader, right? Then you can set this and change the presets to whatever it is you want. Same thing here. You can even go off of filters fundamentals. So whether or not a stock fits your fundamentals. So you have losers, gainers, pre-market, after hours, every 5 minutes, sectors, market cap, price, etc., etc. And this is how people basically get the first look at what's going to be moving. And I guarantee you that for as far as small caps are concerned, this is where the majority of people are going to be finding. Because how else could you find the volume? Unless you have, this is how it used to work. You liked 3 or 4 companies, and if you were lucky and your due diligence was on point, eventually one day it would start running and you were in it. Now, you have a scanner where people can look for, right? Instead of just, because you can't have access, you have immediate access to that giant boost. So, aluminum bicarbonate as nitrogen fertilizer for cannabis. That's weird. Why is that on my headline? Paper hands. You straddling UPS. Not a bad call there, dude. Not a bad call at all. It's on my YouTube here. How do I get the news first? That's literally it right there, my guy. You're looking at it. Everything comes in here first. Everything. And you can change, like I said, categories. You can have it so it's just, press releases, SEC, categories, like if you don't give a shit about fintech or, top stories or whatever the case may be, you can add and remove filters. You can even add a watch list so that your particular stocks will be highlighted. So that's always good to have. It's a great scanner. It's a great platform. It's extremely customizable, and it's honestly, in my opinion, worth it. What is this one? I don't know what the fucking difference is here. What's the difference there? Okay, anyway. So, and it's not that complicated, guys, because if here's the thing, you have to know how to play something once you see it, or, you just YOLO everything you have and see what happens. But we know how YOLOing everything you have plays out 9 times out of 10. Guys, NAOV after hours here. NAOV after hours. That one actually just has a good pattern. Yeah, after hours we got also looks like VIRX. I just got a gap up, nothing crazy there. Pharmaceuticals mostly, PTPI. NAOB though, that one's the only one that's moving. Watching that one. All right. Oh, look at that. Cisco, CSCO, just broke a 52-week high in after hours. Let's take a look at the daily chart. Wow. So Cisco looks like it could run up into earnings around $58. Guys, watch Nano here in after hours. Looks like it might try and pop to 265. Alrighty, well, questions? Need coffee. ATNF is going to explode. Daniel, let me get to, can you filter out small caps on that? Yes, you can, Zon. You can absolutely, can you, yeah. You can filter out any and everything you need. You want to filter out it, make sure it's just big caps, filter it out. It is completely customizable, so that way you can filter what you don't want and what you do want. Guys, a trader has to have tools. I just leave it at that, right? Because it depends on how you trade and what tools you need. But a lot of people just sit there racking their brain like, how do these guys find these stocks? It's crazy. And I just, from the biggest dude, from Timothy Sykes to like all the way down, anybody that sells something just doesn't tell you about the full thing. It's like, maybe they do. Maybe I'm missing out, and I haven't heard that. But I know that some people do. I'm not saying every single trader does. And there is tons of good Discord groups out there. We're not the only one. There's tons of awesome traders out there. I'm not the only one, obviously. But there are some people who, in order to keep profits up, they don't want people to give people that extra little bit of game and show them that, this is, once you have that tool, it gets a little bit easier because you're confident, right, that you have the best news or the fastest news coming in. You have your scanner set. I can't tell you, I guarantee you there's not a lot of profitable traders that don't have some type of scanner. They don't have some type of customized scanner. So, thank you. I appreciate that, Rumpy. I'm going to call you Rumpy, but I hope you don't. I just want to abbreviate that. I haven't heard one thing said about scanners or Benzinga or any tools. Yeah, man. Tools are number one. Okay, so Robert just said something that I want to go over here, and he said, thank you for the advice earlier regarding stop aiming for the home runs every trade. I have a hard time exiting when the trade fails just slightly. At times when my position dips, then I watch for a rebound, then it goes down further. I hold till max pain like a bonehead, and instead of exiting for 5 or 9% loss rather than 15 or negative 50, or basically like negative 25% at times. And I posted this in our Discord because this is the plight of of a new trader at some points. On a personable level, on a person-to-person level, and a lot of you guys know where I'm from as far as financially and family-wise, like I'm not the only one, but there is this feeling no matter what you're doing, even if you don't have that, if you're just working a regular job, there is a feeling, I think, like in everybody, that like when you see an opportunity, right, and an opportunity to make a lot of money, that's why those giant gains can be really bad, because when you see those big opportunities to make money, it will have your brain it'll change the perspective on your brain. If somebody walked up to you and asked you to hold their phone for 15 minutes and then gave you $1,200 or gave you gave you $190, gave you $190 and they walked away, and then they walked back and they said, hey, I'm gonna give you my phone, you could lose it all, right, or double it. I mean, sure, take the risk. Why not take the profit off the table? And if that's a regular occurrence, why not, obviously this is a metaphor, but, it's really important to not try and shoot for those big gains every single time. I'm not impressed with people who have ripped their account from a very small number to a large number in a short amount of time, because I'll just sit there looking at my watch waiting for them to hit a new low. And then you get like this imposter syndrome where you thought you knew it, and then now you don't, because the market just pulled your pants down and whipped your ass. And that's kind of, I'm seeing a lot of that lately here, because I think that is how people are being introduced into the market. And if you got into the market and you got away with that, wipe it clean from your brain. It's not bad that you did. I'm happy you're here. So is everybody else. There's room for everybody in the market, no matter what brought you here. It's just about whether or not you're willing to make that change and actually put the work in. Because guys, I know people who worked at Taco Bell as the cashier who have a really good understanding. They have a different job now, but they have a really good understanding of how this stuff works. And they're able to make good money. And a lot of these people don't even trade every day. And that's one of the other things is, once people realize they can make a ton of money in the market, it's every day that they're sitting in front of their computers. When Monday they may make $1,800, right? They may make $1,800. What if your job pays you $900 a week, or pays you $1,200 a week? That doesn't mean take the whole week off, but maybe go and spend the time, because I know how it feels to watch plays run, but you gotta let it happen, and you're going to let it happen, because if you try to catch them all, you will lose. And if you try to chase everything that runs, you will lose. But if you have plans, Disney, UPS didn't work out today, guys. We caught a little bit of green there, and then we cut it. It didn't work out. Pinterest, absolutely, it worked out really, really well, and that was on a gamble. We took a very calculated risk and gamble, but we took it with such a low amount that we were going to be happy with it no matter what. And I said that at the bell. You guys, don't be greedy. This is a lesson. We are well within the money, and I promise you that thing will only go up, right? What indicators are on your Cisco systems chart? So I'll be honest with you guys, I've been running around with this idea in my head, and have a good weekend, Mary. I'm sure you're already off, but oh no, you're not. But have a good weekend, Mary. I've been tossing around the idea. By the way, SMH Semiconductor just made a new 52-week high in after hours. I'll go over the indicator on that Cisco chart. Which one? Are you talking about the ribbon? Yeah, you got to be talking about the ribbon. Everybody loves a ribbon. You're talking about the whole suite indicator. The suite. I can't access. It's not in my bio. It's not. It should be. That's weird. Just look it up. It's literally right there. Simple Stacks Investments. And I'm going over it in my YouTube now, so you can just rewind the video. Sorry. SMH, by the way, I want to go look at this one. Cruising in after hours. AMD is probably going to rip. Yeah, AMD isn't ripped yet, so we might be able to catch the ladder. But anyway, I am tossing around the idea, and like I said, not a huge fan of courses, not a huge fan of, the promises that courses bring and stuff like that. But I think it's probably about time that I at least wrote down a good beginner's guide. And I think what I'm going to do, because I'm going to work my butt off on it, guys, I'm not putting out a half-ass anything, especially if it's attached to Simple Stacks. it's not going to be half-assed. If I can make it, I'm going to make it as good as I can. I'm going to make videos. I'm going to explain myself. I'm going to explain perspectives. It's no copy and paste, but it'll probably just be pay what you want, and it'll be whatever. I don't even care if you want to pay $1, and I'll be happy with that. But I'm going to do that because at this point, I can't. I think like I'm gonna work with whoever's in the chat now, and from there, if I'm gonna be able to like help people or even expand, I'm gonna have to have some type of, not even course, but just something that people can look at as a way that I siphoned through all of the bullshit, because there is a lot of bullshit. There's just easy things that people will tell you, and it's just so misleading. And I mean, honestly, some of it's so badly copy and pasted that you can just Google copy and paste it in your browser, and you'll get the web page that you could have just read for free. And that's where my frustrations with courses have always been at, is that, kind of shady business. So, indicator of what chart? Yeah, dude, I'm literally, so if in this, I'm gonna go over my scalping strategies, how I look at the tape. I'll be going over swing trading, which is what I've always done. That's my bread and butter. I'll go over how I get those done. A lot of times in my live, I'll go over these things, but I got ADHD and you guys got questions, so sometimes we veer off the path. But I want to get that done. I want to be able to get it. And probably for those of you in the Discord now, I'm just going to give it to you. So if you're in the Discord already, you don't have to buy it or anything. You just have it. So if you're already trading, it could be a good brush up for you. But I'm working on that. So just stay tuned. And like I said, I'm going to do it. I don't know when it could be a week or 3 weeks, but however long it takes to make sure that I get it done correctly. So, how to do swing trading. I got you. I love leap trading. Leaps are my absolute favorite. Last year for leaps was probably the best. It was so good. I bought plug for like $3 for a leap, and it paid me $900. It was like God, I don't even know how many percentages. It was a lot. Any other questions, guys? I'm all yours. It doesn't matter. Pretend like it's just a one-on-one. But exceptional echo. I don't know if you're in the Discord. If you're not, you're gonna have to wait just a little bit longer. We did close off the Discord once our bot purges everybody. That's kind of like hasn't made a decision in 2 or 3 weeks. We'll open it back up and let people absorb all of that educational material again. A lot of it is already free. So if you're in the Discord now, if you find the link, go check the YouTube videos. There's probably links in there. Go, if you can get in, get in. There's no like Nazi or guard. It's not like that, but we have shut off all of our public links. So like on my TikTok and stuff like that, but yeah, so I mean, like if that's a good way to get through it. But here's the thing, and I'll say this just to make it very clear. I've taught a lot of people, and each and every one of them have their own style to this day. And that's when it goes back to you're building your own trading plan. And I think I've read this to every single one of you guys who has been in the Discord from either day one or beyond. Like I read the whole 9 steps on how to build your trading plan, and it's a good thing to go back to, all the time. And I mean, like if you guys are on YouTube, I can read that out to you. Yes, Robert, Weeble does, but how much would that cost a year? Robert, I'll have to get the cost for the year for you, but I would highly recommend paper trading. I have told anybody, if you open up a paper trading account, all right, if you don't have the money to trade, or you have a very small account, if you open up a trading account and you take I don't know, take it from anything under $10,000 and just get a 50% of it, you know, like get 10 grand, something like that. But obviously, if you can do that, send me a DM with a picture of it. You know, like we'll give you a prize or something, and give you a 2-week trial in the group. You know, like obviously can't do it like every single time, but like, you know, we'll give you you know, that way that we can at least talk to you, and like you can listen to our YouTube live training. Because this is, and I'm going to tell you right now, you can sit down and you can read all the books that you want on trading. You can sit down and you can watch every YouTube video on YouTube about trading. But from my experience, it doesn't work until you do. It will not start becoming the practice that you want it to be until you start putting it into practice. So what's the best way to do that without risking your ass? Paper trading. And that's why it's there. It's not there so that you can, you know, fake people out or, you know, flex fake. It's there to help you learn without putting your risk out there so that you can get an idea. And if your ego isn't that at all, or if you feel embarrassed by that at all, then that's not a thing. Stop. Just stop it. Just stop. But seriously, we all have our own paths, and if you guys want, I'll read that 9 steps on how to develop your own trading plan. If that's something you guys want to hear, I'll end the day with that and go over, if you guys want to hop on the YouTube. But it's 9 steps to build your own trading plan. Yeah, if you guys want to hop on the YouTube, whichever one works, it's up to you if you guys want me to do that. BT, sorry, I missed your message. DBB. What? That's cool. I like your thing. All right. Yeah, I'm on the YouTube right now. All right, guys. Yeah, Jake, brother, it is closed right now. If you go through the YouTube videos, the Discord link is available in some of the videos. If you DM us on Instagram, I'll give you the link, and I'll probably go and purge some non-active members so that at least our people who haven't been active in a couple months, I'll just purge those people. At least to make a little bit of room. I want everybody who's at least interested in learning to be able to get in there and take a look at the information. So just add us on the Twitter or DM us on Instagram. That'll be the best way to get in touch with us. So I guess I'm gonna go ahead and I didn't hear any objections, but I'm gonna go over 9 steps on how to create your own trading plan. This is for beginners, guys. This is the brain, the mindset, and I'm going to go over each one of them so that way you guys have an idea, because this is the most important. No book, no nothing is going to give you a better format in which to get started, and the mindset that you need to have coming into this market, whether you're new, whether you think you're not new, whether you think you're good, or you think that you suck. This is for all of any and everybody who wants to improve their trading. So well, listen up. So if you guys want on YouTube, go ahead. All right. So step 1. Step 1. Let's see here. 9 steps. Yep. 55. Number? What is that? Sorry. Click to video where you can listen. Click. Sorry, I was just making it. Yes, Daniel, you will be able to. Is that Georgie talking? Oh, I heard the sultry Georgie voice. Hold on a second. I gotta put my headphones on. All right, Georgie, did I read these rules to you too?
Yes, the scanner is in my YouTube.
What's a flood?
Huh?
What's a flood?
It's the 9 steps to designing a trading system. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, of course, yeah, you can rewatch this video. So it's on our YouTube. It's there. So what you're going to do, number one, guys, is lean towards a non-discretionary, robotic-like system for which the rules are literally. Oh my God! I'm hiding behind the Mario's LED TVs and listening. He's building the Mario ride and he's hiding, listening behind. Yeah, right. Sorry, that was too funny. So anyway, leaning towards a non-discretionary or non-judgmental, non-emotional, mechanical, robotic-like system for which your rules are clear and constant. And I know already you're thinking, whoa, hold on, that sounds like a whole lot. It's simple. You don't take low volume trades, right? That's a prerequisite. That's a rule. You're setting that in there. If it's a bullish setup and it doesn't have high volume, you don't take the trade because that's your rule. So if it takes off, oh well. And then you don't let that change your rule because you know that you've made more money waiting for the volume to show up than you have by chasing something with none. Because what do predators look for? Weak prey. And what does the stock market do when it has weak volume? It falls. So, sorry, somebody just requested to be in my live. I don't think I've ever had that happen. Anyway, so, huh?
Not live on YouTube one day?
No, on TikTok, somebody requested to be in the live. I wasn't quite sure how to feel about that. Anyway, so robotic, guys, and I'm going to explain, there's 9 steps so that they all go into one another. So, yeah. What was that? What did you say?
No, nothing. I'm just looking at YouTube.
Yeah. So,
Just thumbs up.
yeah, and what I'm saying, guys, is that's a rule that you make, right? If it doesn't have volume, if it doesn't fit your prerequisites, and I'm only giving you the framework, right? What builds that building for you, what protects you, that has a lot to do with your personality, and we'll go into that in the next rule. So, number 2 is profits are made by reacting to the market, not always anticipation. So we can anticipate something, but once it happens, we have to react. And we have to be able to do so and check whether our prerequisites are met. Is volume picking up? You guys will probably hear me say that more than anything during the day. Is volume. Because that is just what's going to take it down, it's what's going to take it up. And it's just that simple. And so if news comes out, right? Big news that isn't just a rumor, but maybe something that is actually feasible, Facebook, thank you, kiss from God. I don't know. Is that you, Georgie?
No, what's kiss from God?
I don't know who that is, but thank you. You're about to be a moderator. So somebody in the Discord? But anyway, so profits are made. RJ. Oh, cool. Nice. Thank you. Oh, fuck. Sorry about that, guys. My battery died. Or I'm down to 10%. Okay, so anyway, profits are made by reacting to the market. So news, high volume breakouts. We have. What I'm trying to emphasize here is no hope. You can't hope that. Oh, thank you. I appreciate your typing this out. That's really cool. But what that means is, guys, hope is what burns people's asses. You hope that this is going to go up. It's going to blind you from looking at what is real, right? Some people will ignore the truth in order to accept what they hope. And that's real in a sense where you don't want to lose your money, right? Sometimes life lessons work out here in the stock market. Understanding losses will occur. Guys, we lost money on UPS this morning. The runners that were supposed to hopefully make us more money ended up costing us money. So I was red on the trade, right? And I exited just like I said I would at the first level, 188.50, and then a deadpan reversal. Then I averaged up. I didn't have not everybody else did that. And then it just continued to consolidate and decided to hold that level. I knew the risk. When I took the trade, it had the low volume that wouldn't give it the bounce. And that's exactly what happened. We ended up not moving, not really making it, and I had to exit. And what happened is, instead of waiting for max pain, I just cut the trade because I wasn't about to get caught in something like that. And it sucked, but that's what professionals do. If anybody tells you they're not losing money or one of their trades didn't go the right, shut it, right? Anyway, understand that profits will not always consistently happen. Okay? That's big. Not a lot of people are okay with that. They think that every single day you're going to hit a home run. I guarantee you there's people who trade 2 days out of the week and they're happy with that because they know which days work for them, right? They know which days the most, and there are historically higher volume days. So maybe they come in on these specific days and that's when they trade because they want to capture the best opportunity, the best environment for them to make money, not just be out in some type of, panic or this is just another, like, I'm at the desk every day, right? Because I run a Discord and I enjoy helping people and this is what I do. And do I trade every day? Hell yeah, I absolutely do. So it probably sounds backwards that I'm telling you this, but this is the position that I'm in. And even when I'm trading throughout the day, I am not putting, obviously I've worked to build an account up where I can take speculative trades, or if I lose a little bit of money here, that's okay. As long as I stay, because I'm within my risk. Very rarely do I pull myself or get close to that like red line where I'm like, ugh. And I can tell you guys that the last time that I decided to bend the rules, Trump decided to tweet that we weren't getting stimulus checks, and I lost 13 grand in a matter of seconds. There's nothing I could do, and I wasn't even at my desk, which was another problem. So, understanding losses will occur. That is also my biggest loss to date, period. Yep, got to see that wall of buyers. There you go. That Ninja Dev's got the right idea. Understand that profits will not always consistently happen. It's a tough pill to swallow, but it's the realest one that it will help you continue to make profits when you do decide to step into the market. Emotions, number 5. Emotions may make you modify your system. Those are what you regulate, not your system, right? So, and we're not trying to control our emotions. The first step is to be aware of our emotions. Take a step back. The good thing about me is I'm always on camera, right? So I got YouTube. I got you guys always watching me. And then I do watch my own YouTube videos. And I do, yikes, Robert. Well, and the best thing to do is just keep pushing forward, man. I'm sorry, lost my train of thought. Emotions may make you tweak your system. We got to learn to, but we are aware of our reactions to the market. So, like I was saying, I watch YouTube, and I watch myself sometimes, or I watch the plays for the day, whether I'm screen recording or trying to get an idea of where I went wrong or where I went right. It's nice to have that, and you can screen record your own screen, and you can do the very same thing for yourself. But rather than letting the loss make me decide that I will never do this again, right? Which we joke about sometimes with Roku make you broku, right? We talk about that a lot. There you go. Georgie, but hold on. Only one moral. We can't buy Geo Group, right? Can we have one moral, please? What about Nicola? You can only short Nicola. What do you think, Georgie? No comment. There you go. All right. But anyway, so emotions may make you tweak your system. We got to learn to regulate those. So when we find ourselves aware of a reaction that we have, if we get that feeling in our gut after we take a loss and it for days we just can't shake it off, we're too emotional. We're too emotional, and we've gone into something and we've made a mistake. And unfortunately, just like in life, you got to pick yourself back up and make a decision on whether or not you're going to learn from this, or you're gonna just decide this is not for you. And that's where you can utilize paper trading. Please utilize it. I promise it will help. Please utilize it. But anyway, so moving forward, and I could go on and on about that all day, because really emotions, guys, and there's so many different reasons why we get into the stock market. So like ridiculous. I mean, like people are tired of working 9-to-5s that don't help them get the education that they want, and these are unfortunately the same things that people prey upon in order to, you know what I'm saying. But regardless, you've got people joining because they want to make a little bit of extra money. They got a good job. You got people who are retired and they want to start building on top of what they already have. Each one of those, it comes with its own individual mindset, right? So it comes with your whole, it comes with a perspective. So someone who's retired may not feel that same feeling, right? Unless they follow somebody and they blow their whole retirement, and that's terrible. Do I recommend any? I do, yes. I think that TOS has a great paper trading platform, and oh God, don't, Pastor G, I don't know about that. That's blasphemy. Yeah, so I would highly recommend TOS. That way you can reflect and then screenshot it and send it to me. So even hiding behind Mario TVs and caves has its own, and let me tell you a little bit about myself, if for those of you who are new. When I was I didn't have the best family. All right, I don't have a backing, right? I have nothing behind me if I fall. There is no safety net. I have my grandparents, my adoptive grandparents, but at the end of the day, they are not financially responsible for me, and they have their obligations to themselves. They also are older, and I've never wanted trouble with them with anything like that. And if anything, I'd rather it be the opposite. But when I was, from the time I was 17 to the time I was 19, I was pretty much homeless. And I can tell you guys that the very mindset that came from that feeling of survival, or even just the feeling and that perspective of not having, the first time that I made money in the stock market, it freaked me out. It messed my head up, guys, and I had to do some deep diving into perspectives on what I was used to making and what I may be able to make. And I fucked up. I fucked up a lot, but I did it quick. I did it really quick. You know what I mean? I'm a hard-headed individual in some senses, but in others, I will learn from my mistakes. And I think that's what allowed me to be in the position that I am, is because I'm okay with being wrong. And I'm okay with exploring. I'm okay with bumping my head sometimes. And that goes for charting. That goes for paper trading, right? We put the helmet on when we go to bump when we go to bump our head, we make sure we put our helmet on for that one. But other than that, like I'm okay with it with being wrong, and I think that's allowed me an opportunity to be right. What indicators do I use? Sorry, I apologize. So indicators that I normally use, I use the whole suite indicator. I use that on a daily time frame. I can kind of show you here really quickly. This one doesn't have one. So like on Cisco, for example, you'll notice that it works like a moving average. When you cross that moving average and break to the upside, usually you'll notice that the width of that ribbon will expand. That lets you know that buying pressure power is still there, and as long as it stays above those bullish moving averages and the moving averages have some sort of distance behind them, I like to use that for long swings. So that's a really good swing indicator. I also use the 9-day moving average. That question also has a wide answer because I scalp, and when I'm scalping I use the 6-day moving average, and I use volume. I watch the tape. I use the HMA. When I'm swing trading, I'm watching the whole ribbon indicator and I'm using my EMAs. So it very much depends on what style of trading you're asking me about. So what do I use? I use Benzina Pro. Okay, so let's see. Hopefully that answers your question. I'll answer that a little bit more in depth further. So, what's the difference between a long call and covered calls? You have shares. You're protecting yourself via covered calls. A long call, you're betting. Obviously, you're taking like a let's say like a $90 or $120 strike on AMD, and you're looking to take that long, whereas a covered call is used to protect your equity. Covered call is usually you have shares. So what's the difference and which one is more safe? A covered call is usually always going to be more safe. Period. End of story. Covered calls are always going to be safer. Absolutely. The premium, yes. The amount that you paid is the premium that you paid is the amount that you can lose. All right. Anyway, so number 6, guys. Sorry, a little delay in there. So number 6 is be organized. It's pretty simple, but it's very important. Right now, as we speak, I have some boxes at my feet. I've got a couple cans of soda that I finished drinking earlier today, and I have a book and a letter that's not supposed to be here. Seems kind of small, but for me, I need to clean those up if I was to start trading. So in the morning, I have to clean my desk. I have to wipe the dust off of certain things. That's what makes me feel organized. It's whatever allows you to operate in a manner in which you will not be distracted. You cannot have exterior distractions that are within your control. If it takes less than 60 seconds, get it done. Go do it, clean up, and get organized. Now, this next step, number 7, is going to be very important. So number 7 is have a plan that works with your personality and availability, right? So not just there isn't just a trade, like you got to trade like this. So you need to basically, if you are a 9 to 5, right, and you only have the opportunity to trade, let's say your lunch is at 3:30, okay? The only times you have are right at the bell, where you can maybe take profit, or and right towards the end of the day, right? So on the weekends, your style is going to need to be alert based. You're going to need to set a lot of alerts. You're going to need to do a lot of prep, but it's going to be worth it, because what you're looking for is to capitalize on long trends. Because if you can't always be there, you either one need to be in and out quickly, if that fits with your availability, or you need to be long and stay safe, whether that be through shares or leaps, long calls, or if you're straddling something, whatever the case may be, you have to find something that works with your availability. Now, when you're looking at something that fits your personality, right? And we'll go more into availability here soon, or in just a second. But if you're going into something that works more with your personality, right? For example, I just talked about it, right? You guys can probably tell I talk. I'm not shy in some sense. A little bit overzealous, maybe a little overexcited, easily excited. Pause. You know, I'd say I'm an upbeat individual, right? That's a double-edged sword in some sense, because guess what? Y'all have seen me on YouTube live sometimes when shit goes my way and I almost knock my chair over, right? And I always say, "Can reel it in, Garrett." You know, like, I can't even hide it from you guys. I'm like, fucking reel it in. Come on, you know, like, because like I'm happy, but I also know that what I'm doing right there is gonna screw up my day. And so that's why I am aware that my personality is going to affect the way that I trade. If you're easily shot, I'm not trying to attack anybody, but like if you're easily not offended, but let's say you're building something and you get a peer review, and that's just a peer review and it hurts your feelings even though it shouldn't, then that's going to affect you, right? That may be a part of your personality that if you get a small loss that is totally manageable, you may take it like a big loss. And that's where you have to, and that's why being aware, and this goes for life, guys, this is a life lesson. Be aware of how you react to things. Because when you work on your personal life, you work on your work life, you work on your trading life, you work on all of these things. Whenever you, you know, try and, everything that I've tried to implement into my life in order to improve myself directly correlates with the market and having discipline as a father and as a you know chat owner and as a teacher. But yeah, and then let me just kind of go over availability a little bit more. You know, for people who have that time frame, if you're across the country or you're I know we have a lot of members that aren't in America, not U.S. based. You know, they have a totally different trading schedule, so they probably already know what I mean. You know, they can only, unless they're gonna wake up in the middle of the night. You know, like a lot of them have to trade within the time frame that works for them. Otherwise, you know, they would probably, you don't want to stress yourself out just trying to get to the desk, right? You don't want to stress yourself out just to get into position to get something done, or you know, you want to get to, you don't want to bring in anything stressful. You don't want to have stress on your shoulders, because just like your personality, your mood and your emotions coming into the day, the other day, this is a good example. The other day, remember, I was going to be on live yesterday. I can't tell you how pissed off I was. That totally out of my control. And obviously, I don't want to disappoint people. You know, I like being on live in the mornings. I have a routine. But it pissed me off, and it was one of those things where when I finally decided to sit down, I was not ready to sit down because I was still really frustrated. I had to take a step back and come back when I felt good about sitting at the table, because I just couldn't focus and I was distracted. So anyway, any tips on indicators to use for binary trading 30 seconds? I would go with a really short term moving average. So what's up, Vincent Villamar? I don't know if you're still in here. I felt like a test. 8. All right, and guys, this is the last two are pretty. If you need to ask that question, you have no reason to be trading. That's not for you to decide. That's not for you to say. You don't get to say whether somebody is, because they're asking a question, they don't need to be trading. If you're asking a question for binary trading on the 30-second, continue to do your due diligence and practice the best way you can. We don't get to make rules for other people. We can only tell people what they shouldn't, you know. Alright, well then let him figure that one out. But don't tell people they shouldn't do something because you couldn't. you're putting your own fears on somebody else. Sorry guys, anyway, so number 8 is just simply back testing, guys. This is the hardest part of this plan, is building it. So you have the framework, but now we have to actually lay down lay down the actual concrete, the foundation, and put the work in on being aware of ourselves. So I will probably make a little cool little thing to post. Step 9 is rigorously follow, or just follow the system as best as you can. So that's just the rule. It is the system to follow. So of course, yeah. No, you're putting your fears on other people, man. I know some people told me that when I first started trading, they're like, just wait, you'll lose money. And if I had listened to them, I would have. And I did, but I kept doing it anyway. And look at me now, so I can eat a cold can of canned chicken. All right, guys. Other than that, I hope this little recap here helped you guys. I'm gonna post. We do have. If you guys can't find the link, I'll post Simple Stacks investing right here. We do have a free the trial. You guys can't get into the link unless you can find it. I'm not like actively trying to find it, but the link for our YouTube or for our Discord with the 7-day trial, it's already in there. And if you don't like it, or if anything, reach out to me and like we can talk and get your money's worth. Or even if you do the trial, get a little one-on-one, see where you're at with everything, and whether or not trading is a step you want to take. If you're brand new, guys, I am working with a lot of people right now, and I'm going to be working on that course. But like I said, especially for those of you just joining us, I'm not making this some bullshit course. I'm not charging people. It's going to be a pay what you want. If you're broke and you want to learn options, pay $1. If you have $5, pay $5. I don't care. But I'm going to be spending a lot of time here in the next coming weeks putting together all of the things I know, how I siphoned through the bullshit, and got to what I really needed to know, as well as other people that I think that you guys should follow. There's a guy on YouTube that I think that you guys should follow now. His name is Tom Nash, and I think he's just one of the best financial analysts on YouTube. He's an incredibly talented and funny individual as well, and I really like his work. So, but yeah, the video I posted with the screener got taken down. So, if you simplestacksinvesting.com, and I'm gonna post that here. But the sun is beaming through my window, and I am sweating profusely. Not that bad. Snee, you know Tom. Yeah, so Tom, yeah. Tom's just a real individual, and his analysis is always long term. Me and him have two different trading styles, but I respect him a whole lot because you probably heard him. He doesn't take shit from anybody, and I respect that. So. It's either or. I mean, we've had people hop in from straight beginning. It's up to you. Not a problem, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this live. I'm gonna try and be on Sunday. So I appreciate you guys. I will say thank you again for subscribing to the YouTube, guys. I've been working my ass off for a long time, putting out free prediction videos content for a long time, and I was able to join the monetize and actually do the YouTuber thing, because I really do want to start a podcast and start interviewing new traders, trading with new traders, interviewing other people from the group, maybe even other YouTubers, and especially for an educational channel, I think it'd be really cool. So I do appreciate you guys subscribing, leaving a little bell, hitting the bell. I don't know, ding it. I appreciate that. And then as well, if you guys don't follow my Twitter, if you guys can or want to, it's Potter Stocks. I do say cuss words though, so watch out. It gets offensive. I'm just kidding. Tez. This is the 10 steps to building a trading plan. Oh, so those are nice. This is a whole different level. Yeah, so that's the next one we should go over. Thanks, Georgie. We'll take a look at that. Sorry, I'm just reading. Yeah, fuck this dude. No problem, man. No problem. That's that guy's screen name. I love your fucking screen name. That's his screen name though, please. I wasn't. Anyway, alright guys, can I answer in can you please take one session explaining how to draw trend lines? Yeah, I can give you a brief overview on how to draw trend lines. Sure. Like I said, I'm if you guys want me to hang out, I'll hang out. I don't I'm gonna go hang out with the kiddos in just a little while. They've had a pretty entertaining day, so one second. When does the live stream happen? Oh, thanks for the sunglasses. YouTube. I'm live streaming right now though. Look at Trump down there in my. Okay, so trend lines. Alright, so the basics of drawing trend lines is, so let's pretend this is not here. I do believe that we're going to do the same shit though, possibly, but so for the most part, when you're, and we're always going to start on the daily anyway, when you're drawing trend lines, you're going to start from your lows and you're going to start from your highs. So in this case here on Aapl, I think this is a pretty easy example. And you don't have to, you're not starting off of the lowest lows, all right? So one thing I want to say to you guys that are learning how to do this, don't think that you're just how do I word this? Don't put a lot of pressure on yourself to be 100% right. I think somebody sent the Ford chart to me today. Remember we went over the Ford chart, and I mean I was impressed because they were right on a level, like in certain regards they were correct. Because if you, and this is where charting get a little confusing, you can get confusing here. So you can see this was absolutely a trend line, okay? Because once we broke it, we made a nice new high. But if you could even go lower, guys, you could go all the way down here, and you can make a little trend line there. Why is that happening? Because each time frame, right, you have a lower time frame pattern and a higher time frame pattern. So you could have a bull flag here on the 5 minute, but knowing that you're well within a channel on the daily that you can't break out of. And that gives us, that's why charting multiple time frame analysis is absolutely crucial whenever you're trying to swing trade, day trade, scalp. You should have the chart from top to bottom. People who don't even have, they have only the 5 minute ready or only like a certain amount of data charted, that's where people tend to screw up. It's absolutely okay to be exploratory. That's why when, trying to remember who sent me that chart. Hold on a second. When drawing trend lines, what duration should we select? Sam, normally we're always going to start on the daily. And the reason why we want to start on the daily is because we want to see the bigger picture. And I'm ignoring this right here on Aapl because it's at a new high. You can't really, there's not much to chart here. Apple's going to fall. Apple's going to fall soon. But so when you're starting, obviously, off of this, whenever you go off of, you're always going to start with your nearest daily high. So the high here on Aapl, really the high period is in the 145 range. So 145 here. And then you're going to pull those down usually. So the daily is always going to trump any lower time frame. So the 4 hour is also a good place to chart for a more detailed idea of what's going on. The reason why sometimes I'll switch to the daily is because something like this, right, which is caused by earnings, that's a correction, right? So whenever you see a complete fake out, breakout, a lot of the times retail comes in stronger than expected, or you just get a really, and then a crazy correction will happen. So you see we reverse from 137 to 86 after earnings, and then we just continue and we fall from there. So start off your highs, drawing down to your lows. Be intuitive with it, okay? You're looking for rejection points. You're looking for levels of respect, and this is just purely based off of technical analysis. And we're going to go pull up another example here. So let's look at Tesla. All right, so Tesla, same thing here, and this is kind of how we've been able to pin Tesla for the most part through previous breakouts, going all the way back to the first announcement of the split. And if you'll notice, Tesla is very cyclical in the way that it moves. The first time it built its favorite little pattern, its junior pattern, its weenie height junior pattern here. So tiny little triangle there, a little baby triangle, and then you get a nice breakout and push up. But when I started here, I started on my high because that was my nearest high, and I ran it down, and I was looking for multiple rejection points. Rejection points, that's the key here. We're looking for rejection points. Rejection point, rejection point, rejection point. That's what we're looking for. And I remember this day so clearly. I remember Elon has a technical analyst. I remember this was going down for its third and final bounce on support, and all it needed was volume. There's no volume, and it was like, fuck, man, they're waiting because everybody said 1, 2, 3 rejections. Tesla's going down, and then they announced the inclusion into the S&P, and then pew, they ran off. But so yes, and then same thing with your lows. So obviously we're only specifically talking on the daily here. So usually for the most part, I'll go to a leap low or a swing low. For this one, we're looking back at the first initial the lowest low after it made this high. I did not know that Apple had a big ass gap here. That's why people are taking $90 puts. Because Apple has a big ass gap. That gap will get filled if the market corrects itself. Did you notice that every one of these stocks that we've talked about over the last couple of weeks has some sort of gap, like 50% of the stock's worth? It's crazy. There's a whole list of them. So anyway, let me make sure I'm not missing any questions. Okay, Sam. Yes, we're going to start down on that lower low, run it up, and you can see, guys, that there is a certain amount of respect that we're looking for. Okay, so a rejection point can be either way. A rejection point, I use the example Red Rover, right? Think of these resistances and supports as like Red Rover. When the stock or the price gets to that wall, if the line is strong enough, if the buyers are strong enough, i.e. the 104, 105 level here, bounces off, okay? Then we get to that 125 level, psychological number, right? Same thing, pushes it back. And that's the way that we identify whether that line is strong or not. Obviously, if it runs up on low volume, so you could think of it as the dude who gets thrown has no strength to break through the line, same thing there. It's going to get rejected. It has no volume. Look at the volume here. But you get that rejection point here, the bounce here off of 103. That's your first low. Second low here, another rejection point, 107. Bounce off here. Now you can start to see the natural angle, and there's almost like this beautiful math, like geometry that happens when you're doing technical analysis, where there's these perfect 45 degree angles, and it's like, who did this? You know, like, who built this? If anybody remembers my harebrained, like, hold on, I think I made a video on this thing. No, it wasn't Dollar General, it was Dollar Tree. Let's go look. Yeah, okay, so take a peek at this. I drew this chart. The first time I drew this chart, look at this DLTR, I feel like Charlie from It's Always Sunny, because there was fucking lines everywhere. And I made this last year, November 15th. But watch this. Do you see how the stock, and it started to correct itself, but through these lines, look at this line that I drew here. So it broke out, consolidated on top, and just this line right here was that red rover line. We fall back down, bounce, and the crazy thing is Dollar Tree was going through so much. There was this a certain market structure. Now, what did I predicted this last year, guys, the fall of Dollar Tree. Literally, this is a rising wedge that was built from March 20th, starting off from this low and then running off of this high. So, and I drew, like I said, this was drawn, I mean, if you go and take this away, and obviously there's not like a perfect, like you see here, there's a correction that happens, but then it goes back and stays within trend. Hold on, baby. Thank you for knocking, but 1 second. I'll be out in just a second. If anybody did a one-on-one with me last year, I talked about Dollar Tree. This is crazy. Finally actually happening. I feel like the Doctor Strange of Dollar Tree. A Dollar Tree Doctor Strange. That's insulting almost. Dorian Dubrius, thank you. Guys, I'm reading your thank you, Robert, I appreciate that. Is there any free discords you have? I'm broke and want to learn your options. Samanigo, shoot me a DM. How about this? Open up a paper trading account, send me a screenshot of it, and we'll work on some type of trial, and teach like that way. And again, I will be putting out a course that's going to be pay what you want. If you want to pay $1, whatever the case may be. If that's something you guys want, let me know. I'll keep busting my ass on it. But I don't want to be one of those guys. I'm not going to. I do think that this is going to be worth it because I'm going to be working on it from my perspective. There will be no copy and paste. There will be nothing like that. It will be videos and educational content, and it will be whatever you want to pay. $1, $5, no, 50 cents. Do what you want. I want to make sure that if you have the money, you can do what you want. If you want to pay me extra, you can. If you don't have the money and you want to start investing your time and you can't make it into the Discord, I'm absolutely okay with that. And I want you to be able to have the information. And so in order to at least get a gate, like a wall around the chat where at least people can, before they come in, because I know it can be a lot. You guys, a lot of people will listen to us on live and it just sounds like we're speaking Chinese. So, Mark, you know, I know everybody thinks I hate the Wall Street Bets kid. I don't hate him. I think that's great that he's making money. I'm happy for him even. I would be fucking pumped. And I have caught him red-handed pumping out of the money contracts. Yeah, it's happened. I think that the way that he is leading people into the market is eventually going to hurt a lot of investors. One of the first rules that I literally posted is don't try and make every trade a home run. And if you're following somebody with a $500,000 account and they lose 7% of their account on a trade, you might end up getting wiped out, right? It's different. You can't take, it's not the same. And, like teaching people about how to scale in and scale out of trades. So that way, guys, I had runners on AMD that were over 2,000%, and the trade was paid for. 10x. I mean, I literally made. I entered at the 93.50 break. I entered $95 calls. When it hit 94, I doubled down. I took profit at that high of day on most of those contracts, leaving 5 runners. Swung the 5 runners, took profit on 2 after the first break of high of day, and into strength. And then I left a few of them to run, and slowly but surely, I booted each one of their asses out until I had the money that I wanted. And the reason why I never cut them, and the reason why I even had that strategy is because I've learned to recognize volume, and I've learned that when volume is abnormal, especially on things like AMD, that is your number one signal to go. is volume. Number one, period, is volume. When a stock picks up volume, it's going to move. Doesn't matter which direction. Do I like the OBR group? I have no idea about those guys. I think they follow me. Cool. All right. Well, if everybody's down for that course, man, I'm gonna get to work on it. Make sure you guys follow me. I'll make a play. It'll be a full detailed how to get started. Me blabbering. I'll try and make it quick. Not quick, but I'll try and make the information, not drag out anything. Gary V just paid 3.76 million for CryptPunk, adding to his NFT collection. What investors should know. And for some reason, DK&G is tagged in that. Why? I don't know. Okay. Speaking of Dollar Tree, though, I'm gonna add an alert here. I think it's gonna go fill its gap. Look at that, guys. Dollar Tree gap fill. Look at that. Oh God, this actually is a good play here. Wait for the sector to rotate and get a retest here. Of course. All right, guys. Any other questions I can answer for you guys? I do not use unusual whales anymore. Deruv Rahana. Yes. If you rewind the video, pretty much the entirety of the beginning of the video. Next week, I will do a more in-depth, like how to fix your scanners. I don't have time for that right now. I just want to answer any other questions that. Beginner questions, but if you rewind, you should see. Why do I not use unusual whales before? You like the shirt? Want one? I'll send you one. You send me one with your face on it, Connor. Oh, I just realized that's kind of cool. Oh, sorry, Robert. You said I Oh, Sony. Yes, I love Sony. So could you chart? Yeah, let's chart Sony. Sorry if I missed you. Just throw a rock at me if I miss your question. Okay. Yes, I like that. Stop it. I already have alerts. I don't know why TradingView has been doing this to me. By the way, if you want to sign up for TradingView, don't do it until... Oh, that's why I actually had a Sony alert go off. Okay, so it looks like, use this as an example, charting this starting from its high, running across its lows. It does appear that Sony has broken out to the upside. The first, and honestly, you said you wanted to grab... Hold on, sorry, I'm just reading it. Yeah, I'll look at Team. Team made a crazy move. Okay. You were looking for the reentry around 150 or 100. Don't want to miss the moves. Sony? I think you missed it. Sony's at 104. Unless it's after hours. Okay, so 5 minute. It looks like Sony is. Let's actually look at the hourly. Okay, so that's why we do multiple time frame analysis, because on the daily it kind of looks like you have a breakout, but here it looks like you got a rejection. Okay, so watch for Sony to potentially bounce off of 103.35. There's a small gap underneath you, and this is a rejection. Even though you can't see it, The entirety that's pre-market. Sony is a swing trader's dream because all of the movement happens in after hours. All of the move. Sure, 1 second, baby. You gotta be quiet if you come in here, though. Okay? We're almost done. Oh, you got it. Oh, go get dressed. Go get a dress. Go get a dress.
No.
Hey, Mama. Yeah, go take that to Mommy. Go take it to Mommy. I thought she had a dress on. Hold on, baby. Boo-bah. YouTube will ban me. Anyway, 104.75. If we see Sony climb up back there, watch for consolidation in this area. Let's take a step back out to the 4 hour as well. Earnings, that's big. Okay, so here's a recommendation for Sony from my point of view if I was going to take this. So if I was going to take Sony and knowing that it has earnings on the 4th, I'll do what I did with Corsair. I'll buy shares and grab a long dated expiration put that obviously is not. Why am I doing that, right? Let me answer that question first. Why would I buy shares and then buy a put? Because I have a certain amount of money that sorry about that, guys. Anyway, I have a certain amount. If you have a stock that you want to buy, which you should, like you should have a stock that you like and that you want to buy and hold, you should have a plan as to how you're going to get into it. It's not just, I like the stock, buy it, right? Have a plan. Why not? Okay? Especially if you know you have volatility coming in the future, why not try and go for the best fill? So maybe use a little bit of that capital that you would use to either buy shares or buy equity or buy leaps, whatever the case may be. If you're buying equity, like I did on Corsair, knowing that they have earnings, I will grab something that isn't super risky, but I will grab some type of downside protection. If it falls, I get to take profit on the put and take that equity or that money and put it back in to start getting a good average, right? Because I'm scaling in, I'm averaging myself in. I'm not just 1,000 shares, that's all I got. We'll see what happens, right? There's strategies, so. Anyway, let's see here. After hours from getting Tesla block trade 560,000 shares at 687. What's a good checklist on finding a good day stock? Prince Habibi. I like Benzinga Pro. I like to pay attention to news. I like to try and figure out where my sector rotation is going to go. So, all right, let's see here. When we see average, should we check 530 6 minutes ago? Look at Puncher coming in with the heat. What duration should we select? That's cool. Thank you. Thanks for. I haven't watched that video. Hopefully, it's pretty sick. When we see average, should we check for 1 or 1 hour? What do you mean by that, Sam? When you see average? Average volume? Oh, baby. Look at, oh, never mind. I thought that just went off. Wait, is it SMH? Hello? Alright, guys, we're reeling in. If you guys have any last questions, Ellie is here. The day is almost done.
Hi, Daddy.
Okay, you don't. Here. You go. Soccer. It is hot in here. I'm boiling. For the internet. You good? Alright, come here. Oh yeah! Alright. Alright, guys.
Bye, Mama.
Peace out. Alright, what else should we teach these people?
Ah.
Oh, God. Whatever you guys see. Sorry. I do like Sony. I'll just set some alerts on it, but sorry if I lost my train of thought. So with Sony, I just highly recommend, especially with earnings coming up, if you take a position, be careful. If you expect them to have a breakout quarter, don't go in without some type of protection, because we've seen how some stocks have performed in earnings, and it hasn't been great. So. Will you record the live stream and upload it? All of my live streams are recorded. Yeah, these are always recorded. What are you doing? You are absolutely... That was some crazy stuff there. No touch. Hey, ouch. Remember? Yeah, that's a mannequin that has pins in it. Of course. Alright, guys. If you guys have any questions, yeah, hopefully my video hopefully I get on banned on TikTok. I'm banned right now, so. Alright, guys. I'm going to go ahead and hop off. It's Friday. I had a pretty good day. Hopefully you guys did too. Thanks for hanging out with me. Hopefully you guys were able to get something out of this. Yeah, we'll continue this on Sunday evening. 8:45 probably, maybe even 8 o'clock. I will tweet that. So if you guys don't follow the Twitter, or you don't follow us on our social medias, make sure you do so you can get those notifications. I know some of you guys even follow me on Reddit, but what platform do I use? I use TradingView, or TradeStation, excuse me. Oh. All right, guys, have a good evening. Yeah, of course, guys. I'm glad you got a lot out of this, man. That's what I do this for, Dorian. So hopefully you have a great weekend, man. We'll see you next week. Peace out, guys. Peace.